bounce, pass. Sports. Pass, kick, pass. Dunk it.
What?
Funk it. Sure. Serve it. Here. Work it. Jocular. We're about to get jocular.
Wow.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Jocular.
My name is ER Fightmaster, they, them.
My name is Tien Tran, she, her.
Katie Kershaw, she, her.
Today on the show, we're going to talk about March Madness, the games this weekend, the season as a whole, how we experienced it, where we watched it, how we're feeling during, post, everything, a feelings debrief. So let's talk about it. Like, where did you all watch March Madness final?
The final game?
Yeah.
Seeing as that was Sunday at noon in LA, I watched it at home.
Lovely.
Our friend Charlie, who I feel like I've name checked 1,000 times, but he's the best, came over and we ordered bagels and watched the game. It was just like a very nice, like quaint Sunday morning. I mean, by quaint, I mean we were stressed and pacing at moments.
Of course.
I love that.
But it was just like a very chill morning.
That sounds lovely.
Chen, what about you? Where were you?
Two friends of ours invited us over to a brunch and ball watch party.
Love it.
Good name.
Really good name, where they made a beautiful brunch, and we all watched the game, and it was, it was amazing. It was. We were just all stressed out and watching and freaking out and screaming.
So fun.
And they were wonderful hosts, and our friends were there too, and it was great. It was a great 3 sets of wives. That's how that's my dream. That's my dream watch party. And where did you go?
6 wives.
6 wives. 6 wives.
6 wives.
6 wives.
Thank you. I watched the game in Cleveland.
Hell yes.
Yeah, I watched it, and thanks to an invite from our friend Susie Pio, I went and watched it in the ESPN suite. And I was with some of our friends from Together and some of our friends from ESPN.
Woo!
And it was so freaking cool. The arena was completely sold out.
Insane.
It was the loudest sports event I've ever been to. I think it was wild because it felt like it was mostly an Iowa crowd.
Mm-hmm. Oof.
It felt like it was mostly an Iowa crowd, but I think now in retrospect, I'm realizing that it was just that that University of South Carolina was so calm. Like even the fans were calm.
They knew.
So like when Iowa started so hot, and you're hearing like what feels like 70% of the crowd is going ape shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then towards the end of it, you just started to hear how many South Carolina fans there were. Mm-hmm. And you're like, oh, they were just kind of sitting there patiently waiting for their girls to do the job.
Insane.
And they did the job.
And they did the job.
And did you pick them to do the job in your brackets? We had our first official jocular bracket, although we've had others that we had previous years.
Let's just say I think it was last year, Tien blew literally like most of the nation out of the water with her bracket.
And I ranked nationally 25th.
And
that's insane.
Okay, so thank you for bringing that up.
Yeah, I say all that to say, and this year I beat her. I was number 1. And so and I want to stay humble about it. I don't want the audience to treat me differently. I don't want you guys to treat me differently. I beat Tien and Katie in a way that is just like so.
And
I were them, I'd be humiliated. I beat the producers, and I want to be a good sport, so we don't have to talk about it forever. But
so in that,
I was first place.
They were first.
I think I was second.
I was not even third.
I think you were fourth.
I ranked nationally around 1,600,000.
Me too. Yeah, that felt really good.
Felt good.
It felt good.
Felt really good.
Let's move on. I don't want to tear the group apart.
Let's not tear the group apart.
Okay. We should officially, because
tear the group apart.
We can put our egos aside. Congratulate you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Fight.
That means a lot.
Hey,
and I know it's easy to congratulate me because of how humble I'm being.
I mean, I'm screaming inside.
Tien, I have to admit that last year when you were like 25th in the nation, I wanted to jump off something high.
See, I felt like it was easier because I was like, I was like, this must be some sort of mistake. some sort of fluke. So
I'm glad the truth is coming out now because last year you both were like, "This is amazing. I'm so proud."
No,
of you.
I was proud of you.
I was proud of you, and I still am proud
I'm not.
of you.
That doesn't mean I wasn't jealous.
That's okay. That's
that doesn't mean that
it's
healthy to admit
that I'm screaming inside.
Yes, that's how friendships stay intact. We can be honest.
I think that's good.
When I found out,
honest.
we can be honest. When I found out there in real time that I won, I screamed, "Ha ha ha! I won! I won! I won!" out loud in the streets. So like. I'm telling you, like right now, I'm practicing humility, but really, I'm feeling superior in every way.
I stopped checking our brackets once I realized how bad mine was. For that one, I was just like, "I'm gonna stop."
I hear that.
I hear that.
Well, we'll be back with more March Madness talk after the break.
Jocular. Jocular.
The championship game was beautiful. I was lucky enough to go and be there in real life, and I kind of like consistently was holding down tears.
That's exactly
It
right.
was
100%.
The arena was completely sold out, and it was like it was from the start to the finish the loudest crowd I've ever been a part of.
Wow.
And it just felt so, it was just so magical. Like, I've just never experienced anything like that for women's sports in my entire life.
That's so cool.
And it was a good game.
It was an incredible game.
Insane, start to finish. And after it was over, because I went in being like, you know what? I do want Iowa to win. I want Kaylin to have that. Like, I think the whole team deserves it. It's been an amazing year for that team. And then as soon as South Carolina won, I was so happy. And I was like, I was going to be happy no matter what.
Yep.
I was happy. There was no, like, loser in that game. Like, you know, of course, if I had been, like, a big Iowa fan or a big South Carolina fan, yeah, duh. But for me, it was just so fucking exciting. I was heartbroken. Kaylin looked so sad. And also just her other teammates that may not be in the draft. And they just played their last game. That's
The crowd was overwhelmingly Iowa. It was crazy. Like that
Really?
first quarter when Iowa was really kind of putting down shots.
And she was
like
she made 18.
you could hear that the crowd was really like it felt like a 70-30 split.
Ooh.
Wow.
Like it was so intense. And when I was flying into Cleveland, everybody that was on my plane and everybody that I saw at the airport was in Iowa gear. I didn't see any South Carolina people.
South Carolina was unstoppable.
They were undefeated. Like, they went an entire season undefeated.
A perfect season.
Finished with a championship. And honestly, they did look kind of unbeatable.
Well, I think like watching them in person, the vibe that I got was when they were down, they have an energy that is the only team we have to beat is ourselves. And you can feel it from Dawn in this really kind of like meditative way. And so that first quarter when Iowa was kind of pulling ahead, Dawn was still seated. And it prevented, I think, the South Carolina fans from getting nervous. And you could feel that it prevented the players from getting nervous. And I remember they had like some substitution where like a player went out and like slapped somebody on the back and was like, "We got this." Like, and you could see it on the Jumbotron that she had said this. And I was like, wow, like, I don't know that I would have had that kind of calm in me to be down however many points against the greatest shooter of all time and just say, we got this.
I've seen interviews of like Coach John Staley being asked that question of like, you know, your players, when we ask them, how do they like keep that belief? Like, how do they stay calm? And a lot of your players say it's because we look to Coach John Staley and she's so poised.
Yep.
She's so
poised. Like, if she's poised, then we got to trust that too. And we have to trust ourselves and everything that we prepared for. And then Dawn goes, "Is that what they say? I'm not poised." And I'm like, that's crazy. She's the best.
She's so, by the end of her speech after they won, I was like, am I a born again Christian? The way she was like praising God, the God she serves is a trans inclusive God that I will also serve.
100%.
100%.
I love I love her spirituality because I love the rest of her views, and so it just informs me on like who this special person is. And I have to say that, you know, in the press conference that she gave, it was either the day before or the day of, or they asked her about trans inclusivity in sports, and she said, "I think trans women are women. I think they should be able to play." I started rooting for South Carolina. You know, I was rooting for the big Iowa story. I really wanted kind of that like big sports story for Caitlin Clark. And the minute that Dawn said that, I was like, oh, for me, this is bigger.
I know.
Yeah, and Bluter refused to answer that question.
Oh, is that
Woof.
true?
Yeah.
Woof. Okay, didn't know
We
that.
may want to fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure she just skirted around the entire issue in question. No, there's something so special about every South Carolina team because you can tell that Dawn makes that
Yeah.
team so special. But their bench, the way they rotate in and out was so gorgeous. Cardozo had a smile. She always does. Has a smile on her face the entire game. And I'm like, what's going on?
And also, I'm sorry, but the bench points was 32-0.
Yeah,
37.
7.
36.
When it's all said and done, 36-0?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think it was 3.
What South Carolina had that Iowa didn't have, outside of poise, was they had 2 starting lineups. Straight
100%.
up.
Exactly.
I think that is the difference. Like that is the absolute difference. Iowa, towards the end there, you could see that like the tournament was starting to wear on them, even just from like a physical. Like you can't play
Yes.
a full game.
Yeah.
You can't play a full game of tournaments against a team that can be like, you know what, like. Tahina Papa, why don't you sit for like a couple minutes while like Malaysia Full Wiley goes in?
Yeah.
It's like you don't get a break as a team playing against South Carolina. There is no break. There's no quiet moment when the bench starts to, like when the substitutes start to go in, because you're right, there are 2 starting lineups. And speaking of starting lineups, like one of the best players from that tournament or from that game was freshman Tessa Johnson.
Oh my God.
Incredible.
Amazing.
Who just like shot lights out, and like it's going to be so exciting to get to see her play the next 3 years, because she's already that badass in a final of that magnitude that's billed as like, you know, an undefeated team against the best like college women's basketball player, and she's out there like shooting threes effortlessly. Everyone else is fucked.
But that's a thing that I wish we paid. I actually think that women's sports have been better about this in general, but and it just so happens that it wasn't the case this year. But the thing where we focus on one player instead of the whole team, that can only get you so far.
Yeah.
Like it is the teams where everybody's or everyone's B plus. You don't even have to have a bunch of A plus players, but everybody's A, everyone's B plus. That team's gonna win against a team that has 1 A plus player and then a bunch of B players. Like, and not that Iowa was bad, but they didn't show up in the same way. And I don't know. I think that's kind of what happens when you like put all of that pressure on one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where South Carolina's not doing that.
Well, go ahead.
Oh, well, it's also just purely size. Like the number of bigs on South Carolina, the size. There comes to a point where like everything is so good, everyone's so good, that those few extra inches are really going to make a huge difference.
I mean, I think I saw
Cardoso?
Cardoso just like rebounding and
Just
barely
going-
jumping, just like didn't have to jump, just had to be like
6-7.
I know.
But Stolke was the one that was like
she blocked her.
First of
I
all,
love
Stolke blocked her.
Stolke.
I
But
love
also,
Stolke.
Stolke's the I think the tallest one on Iowa.
Yes.
And
No,
she looks small
She looks really
compared to
small.
Cardoso. So it was just, and it didn't even feel like a fair matchup.
yeah. To
No.
circle back just to really quick about like you saying like
Uh-huh.
focusing on one star player. I think that was something that South Carolina and Coach Dawn Staley really emphasized in a lot of their other like pre and post game things. Was that they were like, we're a team that like everyone's doing well. No one has any ego about who's stepping up or who's doing the best. Like if you have a bad game, then someone else is going to take care of you in the next. Like they had this very much like team mentality that like, you know, what is it, like rising waters lift all boats? Is that phrase?
Rising tides.
Rising tides.
Yeah.
Like they were all like
Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
I think
Nothing
it's,
burger.
Nothing burger.
well, she
Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. But like that, I think that's such a cool mentality when you have like a team of stars and everyone is treated equally and that they all have an important place on that team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Dawn Staley is quoted as saying, if you want to score all the points, if you want to be the number one scorer, don't come to South Carolina. But if you want to win a championship, come to South Carolina.
Ooh!
I know. And like friends of mine that I work with that don't normally watch women's basketball or sports in general, because I have just seen people that are like, well, I don't watch anything, but these stories are captivating, so I want to watch. We'll be like, okay, so I know about Caitlin Clark, I know about Paige Beckers, like I've heard Juju, like, but what's South Carolina's thing? And not saying they don't have stars, they have many, they're all stars.
They're all stars.
But I was like, the story with South Carolina is Coach Dawn Staley. Like, I tune in to watch her coach at those plays to see how she works, to see, I'm watching for, it's like Pat Summitt, I'm watching for her the entire time. And her outfits.
Yeah, she looked so good.
She's just
so good.
Winning a national championship in Gucci.
Are you kidding me? She's so small. She's like 5'6".
so small.
She little. She walked right past me, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were adorable."
Here's something that everyone is afraid to say. Coach Dawn Staley, adorable.
Dude, let's be fucking honest about it.
And it's
She's
the most
adorable.
powerful thing ever.
My God, I would go to war for her. I would go to fucking war for her.
And we are. Starting today.
now.
Today.
Dawn Staley drafted us.
The season was just unbelievable.
I know.
It was just awesome. Awesome.
Another storyline that I really loved from this was Raven Johnson.
Oh my gosh, her revenge tour?
Her revenge tour.
Stop.
Because in the last March Madness tournament, when they got knocked out of the Final Four by Iowa, there is a play where she was open for a three, and Caitlin Clark was guarding her. And instead of getting up in her face and getting her hand up, Caitlin waved her off, kind of like a dismissive, like, you can't shoot the three.
It
And
was
at the
fucking
time,
disrespectful.
she was right.
Yep.
At the time, she was right.
But
At
it
the
was so
time,
brutal.
It was so brutal. It was such a like, okay, we're playing basketball now.
Yeah.
She waved her off, and so Raven has said that she really took that to heart, and like she felt that she wasn't there for her team, and so she like spent the off season shooting threes, and like,
damn.
She was sinking
It paid
threes.
off.
It paid off, and she also played insane defense against Caitlin Clark too. I mean, granted, Caitlin ended up with 30 points, but she also like stripped the ball from her and like went in for a layup and like had some like, difference making plays on defense. And at the end, when asked like, so what are you saying about your revenge tour now? And Raven goes, revenge tour is over.
Damn.
It is complete.
It is complete.
I mean, when it comes to guarding Caitlin, we can't all be, oh my gosh, what's her name? Nika
Mule.
Yeah, we can all be Nika Mule.
We cannot, like, Secretary of Defense. I mean, my God. She just did it.
That was my favorite defense I've ever seen.
Oh my gosh. And she's also like, what, 6'8"? 6'7"?
No, she's
No,
not that big.
I don't think she's that tall.
Okay, well, in my heart, she's 6'9".
No, she's not.
I think
And she's 6'10", actually.
I
Just
feel
gonna
like
check in with you guys.
I
She's
think
not.
she's like.
And
I want to
some
say she's like
people-
5'10".
I'm gonna say like 6 foot.
Some
5'10",
people
5'11".
would like to say that she's actually 7 feet. I'm going to find out right now.
Yeah, I think it's important
I think
because
it-
I can kind of feel it tearing us apart.
I feel like it's.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking right now. You guys are not going to believe this.
I know you haven't.
I know.
searched
Yeah, you didn't.
You haven't typed.
It
8
barely registered your
feet
face ID.
tall.
Haley, please intervene. What the fuck is this?
What
is the height?
is this?
8 feet tall. She's 8 feet tall.
Haley.
The internet says 5'10", but
That's
okay.
what I said.
Damn, good job, Tiana.
Thank you.
Here's what I'll say: as somebody who is also
12 feet tall.
well, I am 12 feet tall spiritually. I have what some people call as like I have tall energy.
No one said that.
No, everyone assumes
No one
I'm
has
taller
ever
than I am.
No one has ever fucking said that to you.
I have tall energy.
I've been friends with you for a decade. Never.
I'm gonna plead the fifth
has
on
anyone
this.
said this.
I'm
No.
gonna plead the fifth on this.
You're gonna play
people-
the 5 foot on this. Like that's no.
Okay, who's taller? Me or my girlfriend?
You're both small.
Yeah. I feel like this is a trick question. I feel like she's taller than you, but that I would say.
Yeah, everyone says I'm taller and
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
taller.
I don't think so.
Because I have tall
I didn't-
energy.
But audience, I didn't say that.
But I have tall energy, and some people
No.
just like
Bro, what are you talking?
I
this is a full ass dissertation that I
God.
can go on about.
Hey,
As a tall, like I'm telling you.
fight, we're letting her identify.
Bro, I'm not gonna. I don't believe in that. People can't
Okay,
just
well,
identify as anything.
As somebody who
You heard it queer first. The last thing that I want to talk about just briefly is the amount of class that Dawn Staley has is just, I can't believe it. Like, to be giving a speech at the very end of you've won this incredible season, you've won all these games, you've coached this incredible team after losing all of your starters from last year, like just an incredible year, to pause and say, I need a little bit of extra time to say thank you to Caitlin Clark for everything she's done for the game.
Yeah.
She's going to be great in the league. She's going to lift the league to new heights. That is fucking class. And when we talked about Kim Mulkey, you know, I don't remember if it was last episode or the episode before, but when we were talking about Kim Mulkey, that's a little bit, I think, of the thing that we're really missing with Kim. It's like Dawn Staley is speaking up for her players, and she's speaking up for those other kids.
Yeah.
And I think she's remembering her responsibility as the spiritual adult in the room.
Well,
yes.
Did you see Angel Reese tweeted about Coach Staley as well, and just being like, I'm so happy to see you there, and you've always checked in on me as this powerful Black woman, and you've always checked in on me and treated me like I was your own. That's insane.
This is not a Dawn Staley fan club, and that's...
We're actually no longer jocular.
Yeah, actually...
I think we're changing the name of our podcast to Dawn
Staley Fan Club.
.com.
It's Dawn Staley Fan Club.
Dawn Staley Fan
We're about
Club.
to get Dawn Staley Fan Club.
I don't know about y'all, but at the end, at the end of all the like montages and all of the speeches and the trophies getting handed out, I felt sad. I felt straight up sad. I felt depressed that the season was over, but we can see these amazing senior stars
Oh my God.
in the WNBA.
It's so exciting. So many people declared for the draft.
Woo! We got Caitlin Clark. We got Cameron Brink. We have Camila Cardoso.
Angel
We have
Reese
Angel
announced
Reese.
her declaration in Vogue, which was the most
that photo
badass
shoot
shit.
was insane.
It
It
was
was so
good.
cool.
Could you imagine?
What, announcing? I can't imagine
mean-
announcing anything.
I can't imagine not announcing anything, but to get to announce it in Vogue, wow.
Insane.
Insane.
What am I going to announce that I'm actually...
Also, that photographer, yeah, Katie, we'll get you a Vogue spread that's like, I'm energetically tall.
Oh,
No, I have
fuck
tall
off.
energy. It's
I'm
not energetically
doing this. If
tall.
you keep lying to the audience.
Sorry. I got tall
Audience,
energy.
we want to hear from you. How tall do you think I am? And don't Google it. And honestly, I doubt it's on Google.
I think you are actually tall. So
I never said
when-
people think I'm tall.
I'm just saying.
Yes, I'm taller than I am.
Audience.
Just let us know.
Fucking mad now.
Let us
Audience,
know.
please.
Okay, but
Fucking
back
mad.
to.
This
Sorry, I
sucks.
brought it up.
Me too.
Sorry, I wanted like a Vogue level, your version of Ellen's Time article of like, hey, I came out to you being like, hey, I'm tall.
I'm 5'7".
Okay, so let's talk about which players are declaring. That we saw even in just the last game.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark is declaring.
Mm-hmm. Camila
Camila
Cardoso,
Cardoso is declaring.
Cameron Brink, Aaliyah
Aaliyah
Edwards.
Charisma Nika Mule.
Oh, so good.
Alyssa
JC
Peely.
Sheldon.
Okay, so if you had to draft one player for your team, who are you taking? And also, what's your team?
What's the name of it?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh, what's the name of my team?
If you had to make up your own WNBA team.
I would pick Camila Cardoso, and I would pick Camila because Camila's got the size,
Yeah.
and I actually do think Camila's going to have the easiest job kind of immediately getting into the league. I think it's going to be an adjustment for some of these other
I
players.
think so too.
Oh, I think so too.
I
And
think so too.
I mean, in that Vogue article, Angel Reese, who I am drafting to the Kentucky Hoskats,
Nice.
she what?
No, I liked it. We said nice.
Thank you.
I like that. Kentucky Hoscat.
Hoskats.
What's a Hoscat?
What's that?
Hoscat is just like just a wild one. You acting like a Hoscat.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I like that.
Okay.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's a good term.
I like it.
So those Hoskats, I'm gonna be drafting. Angel, I immediately turned into a hillbilly. That I am. It's a positive term.
It is.
So I'm drafting Angel Reese. She's playing for the Hoskats. Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay. I would draft to the Pennsylvania treetops.
Okay.
Why not Pennsylvania
Keystones.
penis veinsoles?
Or I was
What
going to
is
say
penis
just
vein soles?
It's a penis vein.
Huh.
or Dutch.
Huh. Yeah. The
Oh,
Pennsylvania.
sure,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll go the Pennsylvania chode stoppers, and
Yeah.
I will be drafting. I think after watching more of the games, I think I'm going to draft Aaliyah Edwards
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
because I think she's an amazing big that adds a level of like dynamic movement. Like I watched her drive to the basket, and I'm like, what
Yeah.
big is doing that right now?
I mean, she's so good, and she wears a cool mask.
And she wears a cool mask.
If I'm naming my team now, I'm going to do the Cincinnati Slick.
Wow.
Slits?
Slick.
Slick? What's slick
And
mean?
Wetness.
Nice.
Yeah. Slick.
Slick.
Slit?
Slick. I can't say it enough.
Well, the
Slit?
Pennsylvania
Slick.
chode stoppers can't wait to meet you.
No, I think y'all are going to have fun with us. We are slick.
Well, that was our March Madness recap and our WNBA preview. We're going to be back with Queer Madness and a new fun little March Madness superlatives game that we're going to do after the break.
We're about to get jocular.
March Madness!
For queers.
And we're back. We're back.
You sounded like you just came out of a pool.
We're back with Queer Madness. And as you, our loyal listeners, know, we have been basically talking about gay iconography, talking about things that are classically gay and iconically queer, and putting them up against each other in a March Madness style bracket. And we are finally down to our last two teams. It is short sleeve button ups versus Bet and Tina. I want to level with you guys. You guys, I asked y'all to vote,
Yeah.
and you guys picked short sleeve button ups.
You did. You voted. Thank you. And we asked for it.
I want to be honest with you. You're fucking wrong.
Wrong.
I love you guys. I love you. You're fucking wrong.
It's our podcast.
It's our podcast.
And
It's our
Bentina.
podcast, and turns out, similar to America's election, voting doesn't fucking
No,
matter.
it doesn't. It doesn't. We're the Electoral College, motherfuckers. I love you guys. Short sleeve button ups versus Bet and Tina.
I know.
Bet and Tina.
Bet and
And
Tina.
Tina.
Bentina's the only reason why we're all gay now.
Yes, are you kidding me?
Sorry. There, I said it.
You have it's an interracial couple. It's a power dyke and a pain in the ass femme.
Yes.
Iconic.
It is a film producer and a museum curator.
Oh my God.
Okay, completely relatable job.
And you guys are going to talk
Very
about a
relatable.
shirt? You guys are going to fucking talk about a shirt?
Someone who is so soft and annoying, who then becomes a powerful film producer, and I'm like, I didn't know she was a bitch, and now she's absolutely
Someone
an even bigger
who
bitch.
cheated on their longtime partner and then redeemed herself.
We
so that
forgave
they end,
it.
and we forgave it.
And you're going to fucking vote for
A shirt?
Shirt?
Something that Mormon missionaries wear?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's who you support now.
What
With a
happened?
vote like that.
With a vote like
With a
that.
vote like that.
I should have known.
It
Welcome.
seemed like you guys didn't read up on the issues. Like, it just kind of seems like you guys weren't informed. And I don't want to, like, discourage you from voting, but what the effing fuck?
Did you check a single voter guide?
Oh, my God.
Did you? Oh my
What
God.
are the Democratic Socialists saying about
did
it?
you not?
Bet and Tina.
Did you not go to them.us and check the voter guide?
Did you even think about the effect that this was going to have on future generations? Or did you only think about yourselves?
Just a bunch of Bernie bros out here.
God damn.
I hope we didn't alienate any of you.
No,
I hope not.
Obviously,
I
we
hope
love
not.
you. We honestly fucking love you.
Actually, we need you,
Yeah, we
need
need
you,
you. We want
and
you.
we want you,
And we want you to tell your friends.
and we want you to tell your friends.
And maybe, maybe there's a world. No,
Maybe
I'm just gonna say
you're-
both could win, and I don't believe
you're
that.
absolutely
It's
right.
Bentina.
Short sleeve button ups won the popular vote, but Bentina
Won the electoral college.
won the electoral college.
And I know, and that's what's fucked about this country. And don't tell me. Don't tell me.
You don't have to tell us.
You don't have to tell us.
If someone would like to Photoshop short sleeve button ups on Tibet and Tina.
Yes, please.
Then we'll take them both.
Then we'll take them both.
Then we'll take both.
Thank you for following along for Queer Madness.
Thank you so much. It was
so
such
fun.
a blast.
And we're gonna do it again next year.
We're obviously going to do more of it. We might do the Olympics of gay. you know what I mean?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you this. Like, athletes play in the league and then they go to the Olympics, you might see short sleeve button ups again. For now, goodbye to Queer Madness! And on to
March Madness superlatives.
Okay, so superlatives. Best dress, most likely to succeed.
Yes.
As for me, did we all get a class superlative?
I fucking didn't.
I was funny
You
as
didn't?
senior.
Oh my gosh, I was
Okay, that's amazing.
class clown.
It's the same thing.
Yes.
I didn't
Yeah,
get
but-
anything. And you know what? I'm gonna say it was racism.
I'll say that
I'll
too.
say it was racism
I'll
from my
straight up say that.
high school. Yeah, I'm saying it here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I was
It
not
was
as popular as
racist.
it was racist.
And we're gonna drop the name of that high school, and I think
In the chat.
it would be great if you kind
If
of.
you could actually tell them. I think you can go tell them.
Okay, so my first
right.
superlative
Okay, yes, let's hear it.
goes to a player from the beautiful Iowa team, Gabby Marshall, and I'm voting her most likely to have your back at the end of the night.
What
Wait,
the
I
hell?
love that.
Like, she is going to fight somebody. What? Did you all do different? Did I do the superlative song?
No, you're absolutely correct. It was so sweet.
No, but like, think about okay, U.S. Women's National Team Soccer. Correct me if I get Lindsay Heron.
Lindsay Horan.
Lindsay Horan is also that bitch.
Yes.
These are the two people that are going to hold your hair back, tell him that he's a disgusting piece of shit and you need
Yes.
to get away from her. Like, these are those girls. They're going to call the
Gorgeous.
Uber.
I love that.
They are going to get you out of that situation. They have your back.
I completely agree.
Okay, thank you.
I would never cross Gabby Marshall.
No, and congratulations to her for winning the superlative.
I know. Congratulations,
congratulations,
Gabby
Gabby
Marshall.
Marshall.
I know you didn't win the final, but I bet this will feel really good.
Yeah,
Honestly,
bro. If anything,
I
it's
think
bigger.
it's actually better.
Congratulations, Gabby Marshall.
Okay.
All
From
right.
me, an adult woman.
Don't say it. Come on.
Okay.
Okay, I'll
next.
go. Okay, mine is my superlative is most likely to make America sit and actually watch a halftime show. And that one goes out to Elle Duncan, Andrea Carter, Chinea Gumake, Carolyn Peck, and Aaliyah Boston.
Yes.
Can we talk about how good? Like, normally when halftime hits, I'm like, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm gonna go get a snack. I'm gonna walk around, maybe take a shower even.
Oh, okay.
As a homosexual myself, that was the hottest
That was-
table of people I've ever seen.
I wanted
So hot.
So hot, so funny, so smart, so like incredibly entertaining. They were such a good halftime show. I want them to be on TV all the time.
I truly felt like I was like energetically watching the Spice Girls, where I was like, once I was near them, I just couldn't believe it.
Wanted to stay with them.
I
wanna
wanted
stay
to
with
be
them.
around them, like a little moth to a bunch of hot flames.
I know.
Hot
Flames.
Also,
flames.
during halftime, are you going to take a shower at your friend's house?
No. This
It's
is
okay if
that's
you
I
did.
mean, sure, yeah. Actually,
cool.
I was,
Cool,
I was-
girl. I just wanted
I
to-
was like, you know what? This guacamole got me dirty.
Yeah, that happens to a lot of us.
Okay.
Okay.
ER.
ER.
Most likely to lead the troops into battle, Nika Mule.
Oh, my God.
100%.
We've been watching Nika all season, and it just was that last game against Caitlin that I want to watch her all the time. Like I'm addicted. I felt addicted to her defensive style. It
Yeah.
was so fucking exciting.
There's something about that like tight, slicked back ponytail too.
you can't get in there.
It's just like
I can't talk about it. How old are they? I'm not going to talk about
don't
it.
say anything.
Don't talk about
Don't say
it.
anything.
I'm not going to talk about it.
Congratulations.
Congratulations
From a
Nika
group
Mule.
of adult women.
Yeah. All right, Katie.
Okay. I feel like I did this wrong. Most likely to ask you, when are you going to start taking your career seriously?
No, I
No,
think
that's
you
great.
did this
That's
exactly correct.
Tara Vanderveer.
Yes. She's
That woman is like, you're on, or maybe your advisor that's like, when are we going to get serious about this? When are we going to sit down and get serious about what you're doing with your life?
That's your AP English teacher.
Yes.
I felt that energy through the TV. Anytime they would like do a straight on shot of her, I felt like, oh my God, I gotta get my act together.
There was usually she's like pretty still, but there was like one shot of her like screaming right behind a
Oh my God,
player's
yes.
ear, and I did feel like cold sweats.
Yes.
Because you need to make sure Tara's happy.
Yeah, and am I taking my career seriously like I should, Tara? Probably not.
Well, you're gonna have to call Katie. She's not.
I'm not doing
Doing
well.
well.
She's not doing well.
Okay, Tiana.
Congratulations, Tara Van de Veer.
Yeah.
Van de Veer. Okay, my next one is most likely to dunk on small-minded sexist trolls. That one goes out to Ashlyn Watkins of South Carolina. Okay,
Gorgeous.
she can dunk. She dunked in a game, and I'd like to see. I could just not that needs to happen.
Right.
And
Yeah, it does. We love a
but I
dunk.
love it, and I want to see it, and I want her to dunk on them, and then I want her to step on them.
Yeah, step on their
Yep.
And then
fucking
I want to
throats.
step on them.
Step on
We got
it.
some high schoolers that are coming up that can dunk.
That can
real
dunk.
hard.
I know.
So I'm,
It's so
I'm excited
fucking
about
cool.
It's
this.
amazing.
It's so exciting.
Okay. Most likely to win a Grammy and beat your fucking ass. Flaude.
Flaude.
Oh, Flaude.
As soon as you said it,
Please.
I love Flaude.
I love
Please
Flaude.
beat our asses.
Please.
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 And congratulations to you.
for winning.
Most likely.
To win a
To win
Grammy and beat your fucking ass.
Beat your fucking ass.
Okay, next up, I have most likely to start napping while still at the Thanksgiving table.
Oh my
Oh my
God.
God.
And this goes to North Carolina State coach Wes Moore.
100%.
Wow. Yeah, accurate 100%.
He worked. He did everything on his honey-do list, and dinner is here, and he's just knocked out. I love him. I love him.
Mine is most likely to star in a gender-swapped reboot of Space Jam.
Okay.
Whoa.
Angel Reese.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
I wanna see
I
it.
can.
Can you see, can't you picture it?
And this is huge.
And
for
this
her.
is huge. I mean,
Congratulations.
This is
Angel
you're gonna
Reese.
be in
This
a
is huge.
movie. Angel
Yeah,
Reese.
we just cast you.
we just cast you in a movie. Like you just announced your draft
Incredible.
in a Vogue, and now you're gonna be on Vogue again for being in Space Jam.
Yeah, we're in Hollywood, so we make those decisions.
Yeah, we absolutely do.
We have that power. We have that money.
Congratulations. And my last one is cutest couple. Dawn Staley and Louis Vuitton.
Oh, they're so good together.
They
Yeah.
are really good together.
Yeah,
They're
and-
so supportive.
And I saw someone call her Louis Vuitton Dawn.
yeah.
And I really liked that. All these coaches with these designer fits.
So hot.
It's
honest.
it's fucking rad.
I mean, did you see the assistant coach in the South Carolina game with
Gucci!
Gucci? I love you.
Oh, I
Perfect.
loved it.
I was like, at first I was like, I don't know about this. I will admit that. I'm big enough to admit that I was like, I don't know about this. And then I was like, I looked inside
Yeah.
and I realized that was coming from my own insecurity.
Wow. This is
Okay?
big.
And
This is
and
big.
and then I turned and was like, no, she looks amazing. She looks amazing. And,
Wow.
and I
Wow.
was wrong.
I almost
Yeah.
gave her most likely to be your aunt to give you your first pina colada.
She would have
I think she would
I
have
think she
slayed
would've
it, but at the
absolutely-
last minute we had to cut
Dawn
that category.
Staley?
No,
The assistant coach.
No, the assistant
I was just going
coach.
to say, Dawn Staley is not letting
No,
your,
no.
her
No,
niece
not at all.
drink.
no.
No,
Uh-uh.
and she would never. And then the assistant's like, come on. It's just like a little slushy. It's a smoothie.
God damn, that's fun though.
That
Have a
is
little bit of
really
fun.
fun.
Have a
Yeah.
little bit of fun.
Okay, I absolutely loved those superlatives.
Yeah, good job, everybody.
Good
job, everyone.
Congrats to all the winners out there today.
Like Bet and Tina.
Mm-hmm.
And next week, we'll be discussing all things WNBA draft.
Damn, I'm fucking excited.
I am really excited.
And please don't forget to subscribe and download. It really helps the show. And rate and review. Only if it's nice.
Only if it's 5 stars, you guys, please.
And if you leave us a funny review, we might read it on air.
We don't know.
Whoa.
We might. I'm not.
And
gonna
you guys
promise anything.
remember, send us your list of men you don't like.
Yeah, because we'd like
We're
to roast
still
them.
really into that.
Yeah.
Still really
Please.
into that. Email us at jocularpod@hyperobjectindustries.com and follow us at jocularpod.
Bye.
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 We love you so much.
So much.
So much.
Much. So much.
So much. Jocular is a production of Hyperobject Industries with Meadowlark Media and was produced by Zaylee Mahone and Haley Fager. Original music and theme are by Nick Gage and ER Fightmaster. Dan Gallucci is our engineer, and our executive producers are Harry Nelson, Claire Slaughter, Dan Lebitard, and Adam McKay.
So
much.